Alright guys, we are finishing up week 1 of my Ironman prep, and this weekend I have an ER shift. Actually I have 2, so they're called celebrity shifts, meaning that I'm not technically on the ER right now, but I'm going to go work today, so a 12-hour shift today and a 12-hour shift tomorrow. So got that 2-hour cycling session in early this morning. You guys saw I had to wake up at 3:45 to get it in before the hospital. I'm supposed to be there at 6:45, and then I'll get off around 7:15 tonight. So won't be able to film in the ER, but let me show you some of the very common procedures we do while we are in the ER. Alright guys, so it has been a crazy week, and it's actually already Friday, and I'm supposed to post this video tomorrow. Hopefully it'll get up in time, and I'm actually not even on emergency medicine anyway. But anyway, I told you guys I would talk about some of the most common procedures we do in pediatric medicine. So first up is a lumbar puncture. So a lumbar puncture, we do this especially in little babies that are less than 30 days old with a fever. So that is a medical emergency. If your kiddo is less than 30 days old and gets a fever, you need to go to the emergency department immediately. And one of the things we will do is a lumbar puncture, and the reason we do that is because our concern would be meningitis. And so what we do is we position the baby in a flex position, and what this does is open up the vertebrae. And so what a lumbar puncture is where you take a needle and you go in between the vertebral disc, or in between the vertebral bodies, right in between them, and enter into the cerebral spinal fluid. There's a little sac there where the spinal fluid is flowing. We'll stick the needle right in there to obtain this precious cerebral spinal fluid, which will send off for studies to let us know if there's an infection or not. And the reason this is important is that we want to get this fluid before we start antibiotics, because hopefully we'll be able to tailor our antibiotics depending if there's an infection or not, or what bug it is. And so this is something we do almost every single day in the emergency department, would be a lumbar puncture on little kiddos. But it's not just the babies that get it. Adolescents, teenagers, adults, a lot of people can get a lumbar puncture for different reasons. Okay, so that's probably one of the most common. The second one that I'm going to talk about is intubation. Intubation is something that we do very often, and it is to secure the airway. So if a kid's breathing really hard, having a severe asthma exacerbation, if they're very altered and we don't think they can protect their airway, then intubation would be ensuing. And so what that is where we stick a tube down into the throat, into the trachea, into the airway, to make sure that their airway is secured. I actually did a video on this on TikTok where you can see here where on a neonate mannequin, I'm actually practicing neonatal intubation. And so another very common procedure. Number 3 would be lacerations. Kids are crazy and they're running around, they're running through things, running over things, running into people, they are playing sports, and all the time getting cut up. And so suturing is a very common thing you'll do in the pediatric emergency department, and as a resident you'll get tons of exposure to this, which is very good to work on your suturing skills. And videos of practicing suturing goes viral on TikTok. Check out my good friend's video right here where he is practice suturing. Next up, it is absolutely nasty, but people love it, and that is draining abscesses, whatever it is. They love videos on this. Dr. Pimple Popper, everybody loves her. She makes crazy good videos. But anyway, that is something you'll do very often, is that a kiddo comes in with a big, swollen, red or erythematous bump, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a giant abscess. And so what we do with those is that we numb up the area with lidocaine, we get a scalpel and we lance the area, and then we squeeze all the fluid out of it. Sometimes it can be pretty disgusting and a lot of fluid could jump out, but it's very important to get control of the infection. The way to do that is make sure to get it out of the body or out of the skin. We do that by lancing and squeezing. I actually did a video intern year about a giant abscess that we had. Maybe I can get a clip from that. The person editing, my great friend that's editing this video, he can maybe show you a clip from intern year where we were practicing an abscess. And also check out my good buddy See the Med Life here, where he had a video that hit over 20 million views by practicing or just demonstrating what it's like to lance an abscess. Alright guys, so those are some of the most common procedures. We definitely do a lot more in pediatric medicine, but just wanted to give you guys kind of a bird's eye view of some of the procedures that we do. And now on to the rest of the video. All right, guys, we are just getting out of the emergency department. It has been a long day. It was really busy, much busier than I thought it would be. We saw tons of patients. I got to do quite a few of the procedures that you saw in the recent video clips that I just showed you guys. One good thing about the ER is got there like at 7 o'clock and it's already 7:30. It went by in the blink of an eye just because you stay so crazy busy with so much acuity. So it was a great day. Fun day, got to see and love on a lot of patients. Now it is time, I already got my workout in, praise the Lord. So time to go home, spend time with my beautiful wife. Sadly, my boy is already sleeping, so I'll not get to see him tonight. But then time to get to bed. Hopefully by 9 o'clock, I have about 20 notes that I still have to write, but then get to bed and get ready for another great day tomorrow. Sorry guys, so I forgot my mic, but I'm currently getting to the hospital. So I got another ER shift, 7 to 7. And then when I get done, we will talk about my unbreakable schedule and how you maintain your fitness, living a crazy lifestyle like this, even on days where you have like 12 to 14 hour days. So unbreakable schedule coming next. All right, guys. Woo! Well, another long day in the ER, another great day. You guys got to see a little bit of the procedures we do in the emergency department on the pediatric side, and I shared with you guys my unbreakable schedule, which I hope you guys are able to utilize and increase your productivity and your fitness life and hopefully reach some of your fitness goals. So that is it for this week. Week 1 is officially done of my Ironman prep. We did a lot, had a lot of exercise, a lot of workouts completed, but feels good. My body's feeling good and recovered. Now time to go spend time with my lovely wife before we get to bed. Too bad Oliver is already sleeping. And also, so many of you asked for more clips of my family. I will do that when I'm not crazy busy and away from the house for like 13, 14 hours. Anyway, before I go, I want you guys to know that you are greatly loved and that you are wonderfully and beautifully created and that you are capable of far more than you could ever imagine. What's going on, guys? It's about 8:15, just got done with a hard cycling session, and now we're going to talk about my unbreakable schedule, which I'm pumped to share with you guys. And there will be a document in the comments below where you can get a little section where I'm starting an ebook that talks more about this. But anyway, let's talk about it. This is going to seem crazy for some. This is going to seem too intense for some, but I promise if you start implementing this today, you'll be more productive than you've ever been in your entire life. You'll be able to start to live a healthier lifestyle than you've ever been able to live, and you'll be able to see how there's actually about 28 hours in a day from what most people say there's only 24. And the only reason it's going to be like that is because of how productive you're being. So let's start it off. The most important thing is you need 7 hours of sleep every single night, no matter what. It's non-negotiable. And so what that means is whatever time you go to sleep, you're setting your alarm 7 hours later. If you have to be at work super early, say at 5 a.m., that means you need to set your you need to go to bed at 9, and so you have to make sure you're getting that 7 hours of sleep in. For this schedule, you are waking up at 4 a.m. and I know that seems intense, I know it sounds crazy, but I promise it's going to be beneficial. So what that means is you need to set your alarm 9 p.m. So you go to bed at 9 p.m., you're waking up at 4 a.m. 4 a.m., you're going to get your coffee, you're going to get your drink, or whatever that is for you, big glass of water, and you're going to sit down and you're going to journal, meditate or pray, Bible study, or read a different book, whatever it means for you. For me, it's Bible study, pray, journal, write out my goals, write out my affirmations. After that, you're gonna get your first workout into the day. For me, it's usually lifting or some sort of cardio since I'm triathlon training. Whatever you enjoy, that's what you need to do. And why you're doing this is because these are the golden hours. The rest of the world is asleep. The rest of the world is not doing this. They cannot distract you. So this is your time to put in work. So you're going to get workout number 1 in for the day. And then after that, you have free time until about 6 or 6:30 if you're on my schedule, which is usually going to have to be at the hospital. If you don't have to be into work till 8, that means you have even that much more time to get other stuff done. So for me, that's making content for social media. That's responding to emails, responding to text messages, getting all of this stuff done before the rest of the world wakes up. Okay, and then for me, my son, if I don't have to be at work at 6:30, usually wakes up at 7. Then we play, eat breakfast together, do all those things until he has to go to daycare. So whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like for you, we've clarified 7 hours of sleep. Why? You need to recover. You need minimum of 7 hours. You need good memory retention, minimum of 7 hours. For overall health, you need 7 hours. To balance your hunger hormones, you need at least 7 hours. So 7 hours of sleep. I would recommend going to bed at 9 p.m., waking up at 4 a.m. Golden hours, 4 a.m. until whenever you have to be at work or whenever the rest of your household wakes up. That's your time to grind. That's your time to get in one workout in for the day and plan out the rest of your day. Then for whatever your work schedule is, for me it's usually 6:30 a.m. till 4 p.m. unless I'm on call, then it's 7. That's finite time. We cannot change that. So there's nothing we're doing within that time. That's when you're at work, you're giving 110% at whatever it is you do, and you're gonna be completely involved, completely consumed with that so you can be the best you can wherever you're at for that finite time. 4 p.m., it's time to go to work again. For me, that means either spending time with my son, my beautiful wife until Oliver goes to bed, or that means if it's track day or something else where Oliver enjoys to do it with us, that means getting a second workout in for the day. You may not like to work out that much. Completely fine. Do whatever it is that you're working towards, schedule in time from the time you get off work till, dinner time, like 7. And if it's spend time with your family, 4 to 7, completely involved with your family, doing everything you can with them. And then when they go to bed at 7 till about 8, that's another golden hour to put in work there. Then 8 to 9, whatever you do to wind down. My beautiful wife likes to watch TV. I personally don't, but I love to watch it with her, so we watch it together. And then by 9 o'clock, we're in bed going to sleep. I will say, I have a wonderful wife that has the very similar hobbies as me, and it makes it so much easier. But you could see that even with a crazy schedule from working from 6:30 a.m. till a minimum of 4 p.m., most people don't have those hours. If you don't even work that long, you could see how much more you could pack into a day by going to bed at 9, waking up at 4, having that 7 hours of sleep. And then for me, I get 1 day off a week. That's another day. That's like so much more time to get a lot of stuff done. And if you have 2 days off a week, even better. Okay, so I hope you guys could create this schedule, go through my document that goes into a lot more depth on this, and I hope this will help you maximize your days to accomplish more than you could ever imagine, to help you start living as if there's 28 hours in a day and skyrocket your productivity.